So I made a jar, and sometimes I want this jar to look like glass. I am going to take one more step, one more moment, and add a sphere inside that jar, and I'm going to add a red color to the sphere inside that jar. And I want to be able to see it, and I actually want to shrink that up just a little bit. Okay, so now I have this marble inside the jar, but I can't see it from the outside. So what if I want to be able to see through the jar? So I'm going to click on the object that I want to make glass. And the first setting that I want to change is under render properties. So there's this tab that looks like the back of a digital camera. And if I click on that, there's an option that says screen space reflections. And I want to check that off. And in fact, I want to go ahead and open that up and hit refraction underneath it. So I have two check marks that I'm adding under this render settings property. Then from that point on, I just selected that. I want to make sure I'm on the jar. From that point on, I can go to my materials, and I'm working on a new material. If I need to, I would hit an add, but it was already ready to go for me. And under these settings, the first thing I'm going to do is change the roughness. Some tutorials will tell you to take it down to 0. I'm going to just drop it down to 0.1. I also want to look for IOR, and we're going to change that to 1.2. And transmission has a 0. I'm just going to hand type a 1 in there. So I did change those settings. It's starting to look a little bit like glass. And I'm scrolling down to under all of these, there's a settings box, and sometimes you need to click on the caret to open that up. And under there, again, there's the screen space refraction. So I want to put a check in the box for that as well. And now you can see, I can see through my jar, and I have the marble that I can see through that glass jar. That's how you convert something to glass.